I'm going to show you how to wrap up a dress. This bad boy is heavy. It's probably about anywhere between 200, 300 pounds or something like that if I had to guess. So with these, first, what I like to do is I like to put it up like this, and I know I'm going to need two, so I'm going to go ahead over, because I want it to be enough to wrap around the sides. So I go ahead here, I let it drape a little bit so that I know I have enough to cover the legs, and then I go ahead and drape that. And what I do before I get to the other one is I pull this around to see if I could cover the whole side. And right now, I cannot, so I need to pull it a little further towards me. I pull it from here, and then from there, let's see here. Boom, and there we go. That'll be enough to cover that. And then from there, we go ahead and get the other blanket and do the same thing. Same thing, let a little drag on the ground so that you know you had enough for the feet, and then you drape it over, and go ahead and make sure it's sized to fit. Pull it from here, go ahead, take it around, make sure that it's going to cover the whole thing, and down the sides, and it will. So, typically, with shrink wrap, because I'm alone and I don't have anyone to hold it, I usually will go ahead and pull a little extra. I'll get it in a little ball, and I'm going to put it under the back leg of this thing. So I'm going to tilt it a little bit. All right. That way that's going to hold it for me. And then I'm going to, so right about here, I'm going to pull this again so that we can wrap around there. Get that just right. Boom. Here we go. And now I'm going to use a common technique that I use to hold two blankets together. And this also helps the whole wrap to stick together so that the blanket isn't sliding whenever you're carrying it, moving it around. It'll stay in place. And it's very important whenever you're wrapping that you're actually giving resistance to the stretch wrap, because otherwise it's going to be a very loose wrap and it's not going to stay in place and it's not going to hold the blanket, because ultimately the wrap's purpose is to hold the blanket to the piece of furniture so that it stays in place. All right, and there you go.